Hello. Hello. My name is Belinda and welcome to Belinda's Book Nook. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about some book options for Black History Month. I like to always have different options because I think I'm a mood reader, but I also think that I get started and sometimes things just don't grab me enough and I want something else. So it's good to have options. And also, I am a big believer that although there is Black History Month, we should read these kind of books throughout the year. So if you don't read them now, you can always read them later if some of them speak to you. The first one that I wanted to mention is Ta-Nehisi Coates' We Were 8 Years in Power, An American Tragedy. Okay, if you remember, I showed you this last year. I never finished it. I got to about 122. It is really good. It's nothing to do with it not being a good book. It was one of those modes. I don't remember what came up, either a new book or I just got distracted. And so I jumped to another book. So I want to finish it. It's really good. It's a collection of his essays and articles that he's written over time. And they've kind of put them in chronological order, I believe, to deliver certain messages. So with this one, the reason also it takes me longer is because I take notes. I read it and then I'm going to write that down. Oh, that's so, that's important. I didn't know that. So it's almost like a reference material too for me. So that's a good option for any of you that would like to read one. And you could read like a chapter with each chapter and having something different and, put it down and read a chapter and put it down and come back and dabble in it. Like I could probably pick up from where I left off, but the person that I am will start from the beginning again. So there's that one, right? The next one, I have a pattern here. These are ones I started and haven't finished. So this is also one of my goals this year is to finish things that I do want to finish, not things that I don't like. This one is called One Person, No Vote, How Voter Suppression is Destroying Our Democracy. I don't know why I didn't put water up here because I still have a little something going on. So I may, I hope I don't cough that in this time. It's by Carol Anderson. I saw her speak. I guess she wrote the book White Rage, which I haven't read as well. I have not read that. I saw her speaking on The View, I think, and I saw that this book, and it just seemed that this is so important. What I have read of it is mind-blowing. I just didn't know these aspects of history and voter suppression to the degree that she's able to document here. And pretty much a good chunk of the back part of this book, if you look at it, is all her reference where she's gotten her notes and done all her research. So this book is true and it's important. It's important for everybody to read this, I think, because it gives us an idea of what's going on in this country and it's important. So that's a good one. And I know Black History Month, everybody reads different things. Sometimes they'll read things that are historical things. Sometimes they'll read maybe African-American authors. So I do have a couple of more light stuff I'm saving for the end because this is heavy. So this might be something you'd read along with something that's a little bit lighter. But again, very important book. The next one, okay, so Ta-Nehisi Coates written this article about the Civil War and how Black Americans really don't know something to the degree of that we really don't like to explore the Civil War, and he questions why, because he feels like it's one of the most important wars that we need to especially as Black Americans to understand. So he recommended a bunch of books in this article that he thought would be books that we should read, and this was one of them by James McPherson, The War That Forged a Nation, Why the Civil War Matters. Now again, this is another one. Look, you see I started it, but there's so much stuff in here that I want to know, and I want to somehow get it to stay in my brain, that I got intimidated and I put it down again. I said, okay, I'm going to come back to it and go over it again. So this is a really great one. It is written really well and easy to get into, because some history books and things like that are dry. This is not, but it's one of those things that I just really wish that I had finished. So I'm going to try to finish that one. Maybe not for Black History Month, but I will get to that and finish this year. That's one of my goals. Another one now, this is a new one, and this is a light one, and I have not read this. I just pre-ordered it. It's edited by Ibi Zoboi. I hope I'm saying her name right. But she did American Street and Pride. Pride is the other book that I just recently read of hers. She edited this collection, and it's called Black Enough, Stories of Being Young and Black in America. And it's got a bunch of different people that are in here that have authored these different essays, I'll call them. And this really nice cover. And then the back has got really nice too. And even the spine is nice on the book too. So that one is brand new. It just came out. I pre-ordered it because I knew you could get it really inexpensively that way. And I kind of just wanted to get it and be supportive for another Black author. So that I know little about because I have not read it. But that is something that's brand new, that if you want something new, that's an option. I'm talking fast because I tend to talk a long time and I can't edit it. I'm so bad. So this is an old, now we're going back to old books that I have had, and this one I have not read and have been wanting to read, but this is where you talk about stories that don't necessarily, it's not pure just history book. This one is called A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest J. Gaines, and I can't even remember, see, now I can't even remember what this one was about. Isn't that horrible? Okay, so let me read, because that's embarrassing. It's set in a small Cajun community in the late 1940s. Jefferson, a young Black man, is an unwitting party to a liquor store shootout in which 3 men are killed, and the only survivor, he is convicted of murder and sentenced to death. Grant Wiggins, who left his hometown for the university, has returned to the plantation school to teach. As he struggles with the decision whether to stay or escape another state, his aunt and Jefferson's godmother persuade him to visit Jefferson in his cell and impart his learning and his pride to Jefferson before his death. In the end, the 2 men forge a bond as they both come to understand the simple heroism of resisting and defying the expected. It sounds really good. I remember a movie kind of similar to that, but definitely sounds like something that would be moving, but still doable. You know, you would be sad, but you would have a good story to carry you. And it was on Oprah's book club at one time. I mean, this is really an older book. This edition I have is pretty old. So that's an option. I'm sorry I had to read it. I couldn't remember it. Just blinked out. This one I do remember because I love him. This is Sidney Poitier. I don't know if I've recommended this before. Maybe I have. I haven't looked through my videos, but I don't believe I did it last year. So for the new people, they won't even know. It's called The Measure of a Man, a spiritual autobiography by Sidney Poitier, who is, for those who are younger and may not know him, is a Black actor from way back, one of the trailblazers, and it's just remarkable. He just is a remarkable man. It talks a lot about manhood and his perceptions and how things have changed and his life growing up, which I knew nothing about. And so I'm really excited to be able to tell you about this one. But I found that, because I looked at my shelf to find some old stuff that I had, and I've had this for years. It's actually in really good condition. But this is a really great one to read for men and females. So it's not just a male thing, but it's really good. So that's one. Moving quick. Dee Dee, Brown Girl Reading, had recommended, I don't know, a couple of years back, she talked about this author, and I still haven't read her, and that's J. California Cooper. And this one is called Homemade Love. This was the only one at the time. After she said it, I went and looked up, and this is the one I found of hers. And this one, I don't know if I have the description of what this one is about, but she has since passed. And there's a short period of time where she's written. So it's kind of, I would kind of like to be able to collect all of the books that she's written and be able to read them. It's unfortunate when an author has passed, but as a reader, then you have a finite number that you can actually get and collect. I don't know if you can hear that, but we're having really crazy wind right now outside. We've gone from 4 degrees a few days ago, and today it'll get up to 57. I don't know. I can't remember what this one's about either. You might have to look this one up because it's not written on the back or in the sleeves. It's an older book. But if you do go to Dee Dee's channel and Brown Girl Reading, she did talk about this book. You just have to kind of look back a little further. But this author is a really good one to check out. And I know it is because Dee Dee said she was good. And that's that. Okay. Now, the other thing is, this one I had ordered at the end of this past year. I haven't read it yet. It's called Lazaretto, and it's by Diane McKinney Whetstone, and she's the author of another book called Tumbling, which I own as well. Yep, I'm one of those people. I'll buy a couple books, and I haven't even read one of them yet. But in this one, it says here, just I'll read the little top of it, which gives you a little bit idea. This stunning new novel from Diane McKinney Whetstone, national best-selling author of Tumbling, begins in the chaotic backstreets of post-Civil War Philadelphia as a young black woman gives birth to a child fathered by her wealthy white employer. Okay, so there you go. That gives you an idea. It will be, it's post-Civil War, it's in Philadelphia, and an interracial relationship, or maybe not a relationship, for us to find out. But I definitely want to read this one too. So this is another great book that is an option. And then that's it for my books, but I did want to mention these lovely things. My mother had started collecting these for me when I was younger and gave them to me. These are really beautiful. I don't know if you can really see it, but look at that. Isn't she stunning? These are by, I'll tell you the artist's name. It's Thomas Blackshear's Ebony Visions. This is the Flower Girl. And it says limited edition. So I have number 995 of 1,000 of these. This is so gorgeous. And then I have these two girls. I love it because my sister used to braid my hair for me. Aren't they really pretty? It's stunning. And this one is number 2,437 of 3,000. And this is Sisters Forever in Childhood. So yeah, that's me and my sister. So I thought I'd put them up there for Black History Month because I love them and I thought that they are a nice reflection. I'm so tired. This cold is it's a little, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be gone by the next video. Doubt it. But I hope you all have a happy reading month and a happy Black History Month. I am looking forward to reading. I will be doing a Read Soul Lit read along with Dee Dee at Brown Girl Reading. And I'm going to come back and do another video just so that I can announce that book as well, because for people that are on my channel that aren't on her channel, but you should be, then they'll get an opportunity to see that book. So I will do a separate video with that. So I hope you all are having a great day and I hope you are doing a lot of reading, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.